Hi. Sorry for the weird audio. I'm inside a submarine. Despite the game being essentially in maintenance mode with a skeleton crew, Blade Sorcery has been getting sizable updates since launch, and this one is no different. But the content of this next update is just crazy. First off, there's a brief description of the new faction as a united group of warrior tribes, but honestly what we're all interested in is the new weapons, so I'm just going to show the lore part on screen and move on. I've been dreaming of a Blade and Sorcery Khopesh or Shotel ever since we got the tier 0 sickle that isn't even sharp much of anywhere. I used to hit people with the round part and pretend it was doing something, so seeing this is just beautiful. Adding to that, part of the blade and grip is also made of bone, which is wild. The latter also goes for the new double-headed axe, which can actually be imbued separately on both sides. Not as much my style, but I know people will like it. Finally, for melee we have a crazy swing with the new War Scythe. Scythes are notoriously rule of cool, so we'll have to see how it holds up in combat, but Warp Frog has already earned my trust with this stuff. Now, you may have noticed I said finally for melee weapons. Do you remember the gun from the last update? This is even more wild. One-handed, clip-fed auto crossbow. It's described as an off-handed option, but no, I think I'm just going to load up like Blackbeard actually. When it runs out, it can be loaded again from the top with fire bolts, and yes, you can dual wield. They also showed off new concept art for the faction's armor, which you can see here. I think I'll definitely use that chestplate if it turns out well. Eagle-eyed among you may also notice he's holding a peculiar, slightly curved sword. I wonder if that'll also be a part of the update? The new map, customary with each of these updates, also looks pretty good. Although there isn't much footage of it, they do show off a ballista. I imagine there will be a mod that adds it as a handhold weapon shortly after release. Overall, the map looks like it might be a good alternative to Canyon with a fun verticality. I just hope it doesn't have the same enemy pathing issues as other vertical maps. Also very exciting, Daytime Market is back. Of course it's called Town Square now, but the devs explained that it was actually rather difficult to rebake the lighting. Market went straight from my favorite to my least favorite map when this version released. Why they ever switched over tonight I can't understand. But now for the first time we get to admire all the details of 1.0's rework at a time of day where we can actually see and enjoy them. Finally, a little treat. Modders have had this in for a while, but in the next update, the exotic wrist blade will finally become officially retractable like the one from Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which also sort of means that there will be an official version of Acestus in-game. I'm excited to use these as medieval brass knuckles personally. I know what you're thinking, I'm thinking it too. When will this all release? Well, we only have 2 data points for this, and Warp Frog takes a ready when it's ready approach, so take this with a grain of salt. But let's do some math. The updates as a whole were announced on July 25th. The Rakta update was previewed on September 2nd and announced on October 1st to release a week later. The Centaura update was announced December 18th, previewed January 3rd, and announced a week before the release on February 18th. Aside from the gap between announcing all the updates and previewing the Rakta, they tend to keep a steady schedule of popping in once a month, and only having 2 announcements for an update before the release date announcement. I believe we are most likely only looking at a wait of around 2 months before this update comes out. Mark your calendars for a preview next month, and a release date the month after that, and we'll see if my estimation holds up, but I think it will. Anyways, thanks for watching, and let me know what you think about the update. Do you have a personal connection with any of the weapons like I have with the Khopesh? Let me know in the comments. Bye.